I was trying to get everything going. Whoever you are out there in the universe. This is me trading for a while, teaching for a while. We are less than a week away from when my trading experience ticks to... I was on earlier, Bob, and I said, hey, everyone, I'm having a little snafu, a little problem. You weren't here for it because you were late. You would have heard that if you were on time when I came on earlier. I'm just saying, notice was given to those who were here on time. And if you... Usually we solve the market in the opening blabber. So yeah, if you want to miss that, I guess at your own peril. 25 years soon. Here's disclosures. Be careful. Here's our social media presence. Go like and subscribe. I don't know. I don't care. You don't have to do that if you don't want. It's a little bit flat. Slightly positive on the Dow. The NASDAQ got green. Barely. When something consolidates for 4 days and then starts moving again, it's not really a comeback, right? Like if it drops for a year and then languishes in the depths and then it emerges from the ashes, that. Trading GameStop stock is like gambling. You think, buddy? Is he giving us his expert opinion to tell us that? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, Fred, that's so nice of you. I had a note and I'm like, oh, I forgot to send this, and I sent it. I didn't know if you got it. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I appreciate that, and I will be around. Micron moves. Yeah, Micron's on earnings tonight. I didn't even think about it, you guys, but we are just a blink away. Right? Yet again. So I don't think Micron is in a leadership position, though, for me. Maybe others would argue, but I don't know that unless they have something real compelling. I think that NVIDIA is more the leader and everybody else just kind of follows, make some noise, possibly, right? $5 value meals. I just don't like McDonald's. Okay. New home sales was down more than expected. I still think it's an inventory problem. So people just sort of stop. Tomorrow, GDP, not really that important. Jobless claims, not really that important. I mean, maybe if there was something really surprising, then we might see something along those lines. But I think that obviously the big news is on Friday when Tom Barkin is speaking in Paris. No, obviously that's not it. Friday when we get PCE, the Fed's favored inflationary data. We get some income, we get some spending, we get a little sentiment. A few Feds, but no Austin Goolsbee. If you don't have Austin Goolsbee on your lineup, you don't really have anybody. So Stella sees everything. Let's go through it. That's our next step, Fred. So let's hit it. SPY flat. Yeah, she's like thinking it was going to bounce. I think if it starts to bounce, the critical juncture is where we are now, right? Where we are now. And what I mean by that is if in this window, one of these three ends up being like this, bing, and it gets this buying candle, then I think all of this is going to whip on up. That you heard it here first. I'm going to have a conversation with Stella. We're going to reconcile our perspectives, and we're going to see if we can find alignment. Okay? That's what we're looking for here. But yes, that does say sideways. Sideways showing, in my opinion, indecision. Indecision. QQQ. Not as much in there for Stella. She's like, well, you know, some problems as far as that goes. Still down in sideways, and I would actually say the same thing. This window, maybe even through here, if it turns, then this can whip on up and give us the next leg. That's how I see it. That is how I see it. Let's go look at SPY. Flat DIA. The Dow has the most amount of pullback in front of it. Wait, did I look at the IWM? I can't say most if I haven't seen IWM. That don't make no sense. What is going on? IWM. I think it looks better. I think it looks better than the Dow, right? I think it looks better than the Dow, personally. So there we go. All right. Research. What do we tend to see? We actually tend to have a bit of a consolidation, and then we tend to bounce. And so this is the 27th. We're not here. We're here. We're June 25, 26, 27. We tend to see a nice, solid bounce end of June, early July. We are right here on the precipice of this. Yeah. And then do we have a little bit of summer doldrums waiting until maybe we get a September, the September cut? I don't know. We'll see. VIX made a lower high a couple of days ago. It sure did, Bob. It sure did. And I closed my hedge. Let's go look at that. That's a great segue. Absolutely. 2 days ago. No, yesterday, really. It confirmed. It was close there. I don't think it confirmed until there. Either one of those days really could have been where you unwind. And now we're coming back down from it. But here's the deal. Like, even still, it has this weird, like, pervasive. Why is it holding on to a little bit of this? This was our last low right here, right? High. This is how I have it drawn as of right now. So if this stalls and turns, that's another higher low. It kind of feels like we're in almost a bit of a broader scale triangle type pattern on the VIX right now, right? And it's like, oh, if we break that pattern over here, I'm nervous about that. Haiku, good to see you. Glad you can make it. So yes, I'm like, hey, we here, and then we come up, and then we see it again, and it's like, yeah, that would be fantastic. But I am not going to take my eye off of the, hey, sneaky little hedge signal that's setting up through here. I will be watching for that for sure. Overall, I'm bullish. If you want to know my posture, I'll show you. My posture is, that's not it. 5.5. I dialed back. So, yeah. Overall, what I would say is it's stabilized. I'm stable in this 5.5 range. I've seen better. We can get up into the 6.5s and even towards 7. I've seen worse. It's a nice, steady, eddy, bullish market. That's how I see it right now. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Bearish from that's a stretch for me. I try not to. I've gotten to a point back in the days when I was younger, and it used to be like, "What? How could you think that? Clearly, it's blah blah." Like who am I to say clearly something's going to happen? There's plenty of times where I'm looking for something to go up or down, and it just doesn't. Sorry, started hearing sounds. Make that much of a difference. So, okay, let's go. Let's get a quiz. Let's go through the watch list because I like it. I think my watch list looks good right now. Right? Why? We just got a higher high. It's pulling back. You could have setups yesterday, setups today, some tomorrow possibly. See if we get full buy-in from the market, but I think it's bullish. Look at this. This is the selling the buyers to come in. Let's quiz it. Let's get quizzical. Okay. I'm going to go across this line down here, 544.25. And I'm going to go across this one here. We'll call that 544.90. 544.90. This is a 5 over here. Whoop. Okay, A, you're above 544.90. You think the buyers are about to slam it back near the highs. B, you think it's going to grind along. It's been in this range for quite a while today, since mid-morning. Or C, the sellers are going to grab it, yank it down, push it near the close. A, B, C. What do you have for it? What are you seeing for it? Okay. Ku is a B. Fred is a B. Yeah. Good. Love it. Anybody else? B is too easy, Bob said. I actually think it's going to be A or C. Ted took C because he's in a bad mood. I'm going to take A because I'm in a cheery, happy mood. Happy I got to hang out with you people. With you fine people. All right. So we've got an A. I'm an A. 3 B's, a C. Anybody else want to get in on this action? LK is a B. Let's go see what Stella thinks. Stella. Dun, 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 dun. SPY. Intraday. 544.5. Okay, well, Bob, Stella agrees with you. Too easy. She's a B. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like Ted might be onto something with his bad mood. Like he's gonna sour puss up and drop. Okay. let us get into let's get to the meat of it. Let's get to the watch list. If I might. Is there anything I missed? When is a hedge prudent? I would say, I mean, yeah, right? So I'm putting on a trade on Apple. I think Costco looks tradable. I might be putting a trade on Costco. I think there's some others through here, right? So if you put let's say you have a couple on and you put a couple new ones on, yeah, that's absolutely hedge prudent just when the signal comes. I'm not in any way thinking about like I need to anticipate, but I'm mindful of it for sure. That's how I see it. So I do think I'm going to be putting some more trades on. I am going to be getting increasingly bullish, and as such, I definitely need to be more aware and more prone to hedging. Have you already hedged? Have you closed hedge? Very curious what it looks like for you. What else? Let's go through the whole thing. So yeah, I think these look good. Apple looks good. AMD doesn't. Oh, Amazon. Did anybody get in and stay in? That would have been a tough one to stay in for those 2 days. AVGO looks close, finding some support, maybe. AXP financials are still kind of iffy for me personally. Boeing. I don't know. It failed to launch, but now it's holding. Nothing there. Bank of America, if it holds the 50, I might think about it one more time. Citigroup, no. Caterpillar, no. Colgate, starting to consolidate. And I like things that are starting to consolidate. CMG. Oh, I don't know. What do you guys make of this? We had a signal yesterday, but the split hadn't happened. I wonder if they won't show up until like tomorrow. Usually they adjust pretty quickly, but they don't seem to have. Interesting. Oil. Oil looks like it's hitting some resistance. Costco looks good, looks viable. Something we've been looking for, waiting for. We've been liking it. Yeah. Delta. No. The Dow, maybe. EQH, yes. I would actually say I like EQH the most, and I like BAC second most as of right now from within the realm of financials. FCX, no. GBTC, no. GE, maybe I give it one more chance to break out of this basing pattern. Gold, no. Google, yes, I'm still in it. That signal came back here. That was a trade right there. Late last week. Still fine, still good. I'm still making money. HIMS. Oh, HIMS one. I'd be like, yeah, I was thinking about it. I didn't have any real concrete reason why I didn't take it. But it definitely is. I mean, it's still I don't know. It hasn't broken below this low. It's tested at it. Looks funky. I like other consumer. I like Costco. I like Walmart. I like Coca-Cola. So Micron looks good. It's just reporting earnings tonight, Joseph. So whatever you see now could be 100% a different story based on how those earnings come out. We're going to get there in just a second because that's on my list. Coca-Cola, nope, KBH, flat, Coca-Cola. Vlad did a GE bull call spread. I think that makes sense. Okay. Meta. I think Meta's viable. It was viable yesterday, still viable today. Probably turning into turning into a good Heiken-Ashi candle pretty soon. So yeah, I think there's definitely something here. Okay, what else? MFC pulling back, but actually MFC looks pretty good. MMM iffy, Morgan Stanley a little iffy, Microsoft overextended. Micron, I think Micron looks like an entry setup, if not for the fact that they're going to report earnings today after market, and that can disrupt everything, right? That could disrupt everything. So just be careful with that. Netflix looks close. Netflix looks close, and that's been a very solid group, communication services, recently. Okay. NVIDIA, it's pausing, but it looks viable, right? It's an inside day. It looks viable. So, yeah. Okay. Palantir, close. You can see like the candles turned a little, but the stochastics is still pinching. We're still kind of thinking it's in here, finding its range, finding its support, waiting for the turn. I still like it. QQQ looks reasonable. RTX looks a little bit nasty all of a sudden. Let's get Spotify, SPOT. I haven't looked at Spot for a while, actually. I mean, here's the deal. It's steady. It's a steady eddy trend. You can see that there's not a lot of places where you're like, where could I have gotten in, made a bunch of money, got in, went up, and then just sat, pulled back. It's like by the time I knew this, to be honest with you, I don't feel like it's giving me I don't feel like it's giving me what I'm looking for as far as the characteristics, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's keep going. Here's the SPY. Where are we headed now? Let's see if we can figure that out. All right. Well, looks to me like we're heading to the A territory. Does anyone know if somebody guessed A? Oh, that's right. I did. I'm feeling like it's coming. Okay, what else? TSM. I like TSM. Pinching, almost. I mean, it's just right there. Well, this is an important thing. People are like, is that a good trade? Is that good? Is it ready to go? My answer is it depends. Do you trade with a lot of confirmation? Probably not. A little confirmation? Probably. Are you willing to trade with no confirmation? You're just willing to anticipate? Definitely. That's, you know, every trader has to come to that final conclusion. Right? That final conclusion that says, is this ready? Well, it's got to have my trigger. It's got to have a stop and a target, reward to risk ratio. Yeah. So I definitely, right? I definitely need to make sure that all of that's in place. Fred is absolutely right. Okay. Where were we? TSM? Okay, now here. So I flagged the VIX as potential weakness. This year, I do not love to see the VIX, not the VIX, the dollar moving in a bullish fashion. I wanted to see us hold below. Definitely like to see something like this happen, and that is going to really, really, really help make a stronger case. Yeah. Dollar up, market down. That's right. That is right. Absolutely right. You can go back and see, right? I mean, it's not always. But if you go back and you look, let's say, when it's above a certain level, right? That, which is right where we're kind of on the cusp of. If I change this to SPY, you can see, right? Back here, when the dollar moves, is what we got during that. And so if we got that same thing, we're thinking, oh, geez, is that where? Not that far, but something like that. Yeah, I'm concerned. Did I 86 Boeing? No, we went through Boeing. You know, I have nothing but love for Boeing. I don't. Boeing is in. Boeing is here. Boeing is here. Yeah. All right. Um, how far did we get? I lost my train of thought. Up. VIX still coming down. Still higher low territory. Walmart. I like Costco better. I was looking at Walmart. It just never materialized into what I would consider to be a trade, right? So, okay, what else? Down a little bit. XLC. Communication services. Looks pretty good. Let's see. XLE down. XLF is holding on. I feel like there's enough there for us to be thinking about it. XLI sideways. XLK bullish looking. It looks bullish. It looks bullish. XLP, it's staying, right? I think staples looks better than utilities, right? XLU is here. Let's look at healthcare, staying pretty good. Oh, look at this little Zim Holdings. I was looking at this one. I'm like, I don't know. This little guy, it's moving. I think it's tradable, Bob. Let me go take a look. He said, is it tradable? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think this for Boeing, that was a signal, and then it failed to launch, and then it's trying again. So if you didn't stop out, you're still in it. If you didn't get in it, it's still viable for a potential entry. Okay. I don't know. You thinking about it? Lululemon, Joseph said. Love it. Lululemon. Lululemon. Okay, let's see. I do like fancy yoga pants, Bob. I'm well known for my exquisite taste in fancy yoga pants. I actually end up buying stuff there more than I want to. My daughter's a fan, and Crocs. Oh my God, we're pulling out some old favorites. Crocs. Well, next, you're going to tell me to look at Peloton. Yeah, this thing is in consolidation mode. That's a terrible line, but if I redraw that, it will give you a better idea. I think that this consolidation line here makes sense. It's got to bust it, it's got to come back, and it's got to hold it. And ideally, it does it above the 50. If it does that, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see it tried back here. Busted it. Did it hold? No. Busted it. Did it hold? Yes. That's the first trade that would be worth any consideration at all. And the last trade would be here, where you tried it and it failed, and then that's it. This thing's dead. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. At least for me. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. If you're familiar with the artist Post Malone, I took my daughter to his concert. That was her first concert when she was like 11 or 12. So interesting because the girl she went with ended up moving away. And then flash forward 9 years, they're college roommates. So interesting. It was a fun concert. He's very good. If you've never heard Post Malone, I like his music. But I agree. This is a much consumer stock. 100% I agree. Much better. Much better. Much better. PLT, let's see, PLTN. I knew how to remember it. Same kind of a thing, right? Just can't seem to get it figured out. Tried for a few minutes. Back here where it finally popped up and held and maybe gave a window or two, but we demand it. We demand they give us what we want or we don't trade. Yes. That's what I think. Okay, any others? Let's go see how close we are to this contest. It looks like it's going to just settle. Nikola did a reverse split. Nikola. Let's go look at it. Okay, so it was like ready to smash up into the A territory. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, here comes my gold medal. And then wham, it reverses, and then wham. Coming back. Coming back. I think it's happening. This little tweezer hold candle says A's going to win. What about Tesla? Joseph says. What about it indeed? Let's go take a look at old Tesla. Trying to come back. Yeah, okay. So what did Tesla do? Tesla broke its consolidation, and then it held a higher low. That's viable trade, even though it's below the 50. And what did it do? Pardon my French. It did jack shit, right? It did nothing. But it now is heading up again. So my thought is the next time it consolidates, if it consolidates on top of this old level, then I start thinking we have the ability to start trending, right? Like it's turned, it's got a big candle, it's up 5% today. So does that make you want to buy it? If it just moved 6% in 2 days, how much more do you think it has? Based on the biggest move it's made in the last little bit. The biggest move it made was right here, and that was because of earnings. You take that out, without the earnings bump, it's this. Well, we've already seen most of that. There's not much left from there to there, right? Like, so that's the problem. Yeah. Okay, we got Tesla. We got through our watch list. We have signals. We have signals. I'm bullish. So if you're hearing some doom, okay, well, I'm going to give you some time back. I'm going to go get another coffee. I'm going to think about yard work and hope it magically happens while I'm thinking about it. I don't know. It's worth a try. What do they call that when you like visualize things? You like imagine it into your life and it happens? I don't know. I don't believe in it, but maybe this is Friday morning because that's when we get to hang out. we do have some news coming out that'll be important. So let's see what we have. I feel like we're in a good place. I feel like I'm in a good place. I like the trades I have. I like the trades I've been taking. Yes. Let's giddy up and go. Good to see everyone. Let's award a gold medal. Let me do that. Let me formally award this beautiful, beautiful, shiny, metaphoric gold medal. It's quite amazing, to be honest. It's quite amazing. Why am I saying that? Well, because I win it. Yes. 3 cheers for Scott. Hip hip hooray. No, I'm just kidding. I did win. Congratulations, me. The rest of you, try harder next time. Look at those buyers coming in, baby. Closing this thing down. Love it. Thanks, everyone. It's great to see you. Thank you, Fred, again. You're very considerate. It was unnecessary, but I do appreciate it. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you Friday morning. As always, happy trading.